Welcome back. So the NYPD is teaming up with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, ATF, to combat gun violence here in New York City. And joining us this morning is NYPD Deputy Commissioner John Miller. Commissioner, nice to have you back on Good Day New York.
Good morning, Rosanna.
So, Commissioner, can we talk a little bit breaking news first of all? What do we know about the shooting outside the Dream Hotel in Chelsea? Because a lot of people obviously upset because it's everywhere. It's everywhere in New York City.
Well, I think we obviously have seen an increase in shootings. At the same time, we have seen our record gun arrests, probably the record for the last 25 years in the first months of this year. So what we know is the police are out there, they are engaged, and they're fighting gun crime.
Do we know anything? Was this a gang-related shooting outside the Dream Hotel, or was this just an argument that went bad? And do you know anything about the suspect? Are you any closer to apprehending?
Very early stages of that investigation, and I can't answer those questions yet.
Gotcha. So this week you announced this new partnership between the NYPD and the ATF. You're calling it the Joint Firearms Task Force. It's billed as its first of its kind in the nation. A lot of people wondering, though, didn't these two organizations already have some kind of partnership? What's different about this?
What's different about this is haven't really done this before. There's been a Joint Firearms Task Force for years. You know, that is a small squad that's focused on traffickers. What this is the ATF's Crime Gun Intelligence Center actually moving across out of the ATF office in New York right into the NYPD's Intelligence Bureau, where the field intelligence officers, hundreds of them that work in every precinct in the city, who are focused full-time on getting guns off the street, are now there with the data at their fingertips. That means that NYPD officers are cross-designated, both from the Intelligence Bureau and the Detective Bureau, as ATF agents, so that they can access that data, make arrests as federal agents, bring those to federal court where those things are appropriate, where they face longer sentences and different kinds of charges. So that's on the operational end. But this is really about the intelligence. When a gun clatters to the floor at a crime scene and someone runs away, that gun tells a story. The serial number, if it's a crime gun, can tell us where that gun came from. The shell casings can tell us that are lying on the street right there how many other shootings that gun has been involved with, or murders. Is it a gun that belongs to a gang, and so on. So this is a much more real-time and intimate working together between ATF and NYPD than's really being done anywhere else in the country.
How will this data actually help you to trace the origin of these guns that are making their way into the New York City area?
So what you're really looking for here is time to crime, which is if you see a gun at a crime scene that's been floating around a dozen years, that gun isn't going to tell you much of a story, although the ballistics might. But when you see a gun that was purchased a month ago or 2 months ago in Virginia or Georgia or Ohio, and that gun turns up there, and then you see another gun that was purchased in the same store by the same person, and then you find out, and remember, this is all being done in real time. That's part of a multiple purchase. That person bought 5 guns that day. You're seeing those guns turn up at multiple locations. You might be seeing those guns turn up at a location that's connected to a particular gang or crew in terms of the shootings. That allows you to tell a lot. And more importantly, when you get in front of a judge and you say, we arrested this individual with a gun, and you say, by the way, Your Honor, we're asking for high bail because this gun that we found on this person is connected to 3 other shootings and a homicide, that's actually putting that data to work in real time. These are the kinds of checks that used to take weeks that are now taking hours, or even in the backlog, you know, just a couple of days, but in time to really make use of.
Well, let's hope it makes a big difference very quickly. So, Commissioner, there were lots of reports when you announced this partnership with ATF. You were at the press conference with the mayor, but the police commissioner was not invited. What's going on with that?
So this is an obsession of reporters only. Nobody connected to the real world would actually care about this. I think when you look at the idea that the police commissioner and the mayor held about, I don't know, 4 or 5 press conferences between April 27th and that day, and the police commissioner, multiple other press conferences separate from the mayor, that they're together a lot, they're in public a lot, they speak to the press a lot. This day, we had the Police Foundation giving us $1 million worth of grants spread out to 50 different precincts for key community things. The announcement of these awards was like the Oscars. It had been planned by my office for weeks. So having the commissioner there meant a lot. The Gun Intelligence Center is something that falls under my intelligence bureau. So It was just a matter of splitting up in a couple of directions and having someone to cover each press conference.
Oh, because everybody was kind of reading in between the lines. Yes. Was there a problem?
Rosanna, I was very hurt that people were so disappointed that it was just me.
And John, listen, we go back a long time. Actually, you were here before I was. John Miller actually worked at Channel 5. He was, I don't know, a cub reporter, everything. He was, you did everything, right? What did you start with doing here, John?
I started there in 1973, working for $2 an hour on the desk. My job were 3 things: to get coffee, to bring film up from the lab in the basement, to answer the phones and listen to the police radio. That was my assignment there.
And that was the beginning of Commissioner John Miller. Anyway, thank you so much for being on Good Day with us. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks for letting me talk about this great partnership.
We appreciate it.